You're not audible to me, Aisha. Please, can you speak a little loudly?
Can you explain me heterocyst with the example?
You're still not audible. Can I explain you heterocyst?
Yes, with example and
Please increase the volume of your system once. You're not audible.
I will type in the chat.
I don't hear you, Aisha. I hear you, but your voice is very low to be understood. Do you want me to explain you heterocyst, right? Just heterocyst, anything else? Yes, Aisha, do you hear me?
Yes, can you explain me heterocyst with example anabina?
Yeah, sure. So, here was heterocyst. Now, what are heterocysts? Heterocysts are basically the specialized cells. 1 minute, Aisha. Okay, Aisha, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Aisha, now, like before we start with heterocysts, let's just have a discussion about are you able to understand whatever I'm explaining to you? Do you have difficulty in understanding things? Aisha, please put on your mic and speak once. Aisha, your mic is off.
What, ma'am?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm asking you, are you facing difficulty in understanding the concepts we are studying in class?
No.
Uh, See, we can interact in a way so that I'm able to explain to you things better. So you can ask me the things that you're not able to understand. Shall I follow any other method? Is it not fine that I'm writing notes? Shall I like explain you write notes in the class itself? Whatever way you want me to explain, I can. Okay, just let's interact once and try to understand what's the problem. Why aren't you able to understand? Okay. I say your voice is very low to me. I can't hear you. Can you once increase the voice from your system and then speak? Aisha, can you increase the voice of your system? Please put on your mic and speak.
Yes, ma'am. Now is it fine?
Yeah, I do hear you now. So can you tell me that are you not able to understand things?
I am understanding, but I have few doubts. That's why I am asking that question.
You have new.
Few doubts. So
Okay,
that's
you
why
have
I'm
a few
asking.
doubts. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go a little bit slow and let's first clear your doubt. So you have a doubt heterocyst first of all. See, Aisha, now what are heterocysts? See, this is a nostoc. Okay, now nostoc is basically a blue-green algae. Now, what are blue-green algae also known as? What was the name? Cyanobacteria. Do you remember cyanobacteria? Aisha, please do not put your mic off. I'm unable to interact with you in this manner. You're not speaking anything. Please put on your mic and tell me the answers.
Okay.
Yeah. So, not see blue-green algae. It's also a name for it. Is the another name for cyanobacteria. Right. Now, these nostoc are unicellular organisms. What does unicellular means?
They have only one cell.
They have only one cell. That means this is one cell and this is one nostoc. One cell. The nostoc is made up of only one cell. Yeah, Aisha, are you there? Aisha,
Yes.
do you hear? Yeah. So what happens now? The nostoc or many nostoc comes together and they start to live together as colonies. Okay, like this is one nostoc, another nostoc, another nostoc. So these are all nostoc and they live together as colonies. Okay, so this is a colony of nostoc. Okay, now what happens? These nostoc have some specialized cells, some special cells in them, and those cells are known as heterocysts. Okay, heterocyst is nothing but a special cell in the nostoc. All right. Now, what happens? What is the function of this heterocyst? The heterocyst's main function is basically nitrogen fixation. That means it is going to fix nitrogen. Now, what is the meaning of nitrogen fixation? It means to convert the atmospheric nitrogen into usable forms. See, in the air, in the atmosphere, a lot of oxygen is present. A lot of nitrogen is also present. CO2 is also present. Now, that nitrogen that is present in the air, that is not usable in the usable form. We cannot use it. Okay, the plants are unable to use that nitrogen. So what do the plants need to do? They need to convert that nitrogen into the usable form. That means what is the usable form? The oxides of nitrogen, basically NO2, NO3, okay, or ammonia, NH4. All of these are the oxides of nitrogen and these are the usable forms of nitrogen. So we have to convert this N2 into these forms, okay, in order to make it usable. So this process is known as nitrogen fixation. And who does this nitrogen fixation? What cells do this nitrogen fixation? Heterocysts. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what is the function of this mucilaginous sheath? The mucilaginous sheath is basically holding the entire colony together. Okay, it will act as a protective barrier and it will keep the colonies intact. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand the function of heterocyst now? Any doubts?
Can you explain what is anabaina?
Aisha, please speak a little loudly.
Can you explain what is anabaina?
What is Anabina? Anabina is another example of cyanobacteria. See, we have various cyanobacteria. We have like Anabina is one example. Nostoc is another example. Like we have plants, we have different kind of plants. We have a neem plant, we have a mango tree, we have other kinds of trees. So similarly, cyanobacteria also we have different kinds. We have a nostoc. Nostoc is also an example. Anabina is another example.
Okay.
You understand now?
Yes.
Are you sure? Anything else you want to ask, you can. Aisha, do you hear me? Aisha, do you have some network issue?
Yes.
Aisha, do you have some network issue? Aisha, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So do you understand whatever I taught you right now about heterosis?
Ma'am, can you explain about Anabina with diagram?
Anna with a diagram. Okay, 1 minute. I'll insert the diagram. Okay. Just give me 1 minute.
Ma'am, the problem is ma'am, do you have net problem because the problem is from your side, not from my side.
No, Aisha, my meeting is does not have any problem. Your meeting is being constantly being left and then you're rejoining.
Ma'am, my brother's class is going well, but from your side is it's getting disconnected.
The other classes are fine.
Yes.
Is it with this class only that you're facing issue?
Yes.
I don't know, Aisha, what's the case because my meeting doesn't have any issue. Do you hear me properly on my screen? Do you see it properly?
But my brother's class is going well. This class
Your
is weak.
brother's class is going fine. Do you have any other classes?
Along with me, my brother's class is going well. He's not getting disconnected.
Aisha, do you have any other classes also, like of any other subjects apart
No,
from biology?
along with me, my brother's class is also going on. He's not getting disconnected.
He's not getting any connectivity issue.
Yes, the problem is from your side.
Um, okay, 1 minute, Aisha. Okay, please wait. See, Aisha, now if you face any problem, then we'll deal with it. Now I think the class is going fine only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm inserting the diagram of anemia. Please just wait. Yeah, I should you see this figure?
Yes.
See, this is the figure of Anabina. This is same as nostoc only because they belong to the same genus, right? They're just different species, but they belong to the same genus. So Anabina is, see here also you will have heterocysts. This is a heterocyst, this is a heterocyst. Okay. So all the cyanobacteria will have a heterocyst, whether it be Anabina, whether it be nostoc, all of them will have heterocyst. Now Anabina have these important things also. Vegetative, you don't have to remember these things because these are not there in your syllabus.
Okay.
Now, vegetative cells, you should know what are vegetative cells. Basically, these cells are going to further produce new cells. Okay? They will produce further new cells. You understand?
Yes.
So, what specifically doubt do you have in Anabina? What are you not able to understand, Aisha? Can you tell me once?
What?
Like, what specific doubt do you have in Anabina?
No, I just how it works.
Works as in the heterocyst. How does it work in Anabina?
Yes.
See, it will work in a similar pattern. The heterocyst here also, it will convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the usable forms. This is what we'll do.
Okay.
Shall we move ahead now? Do you have any other doubts?
No.
Everything else is clear?
Yes, we can just revise the topics we did in last class.
Okay, sure. So in the last class, we studied kingdom Monera. Now, in the kingdom Monera, we studied that kingdom Monera basically includes all the bacteria, right? So we studied that. So in the first category of Monera, we studied what are eubacteria. 1 minute, Aisha, please. Sorry, there was a little disturbance from my end. So the kingdom Monera basically first is the eubacteria. So U means true. That means the truly living bacteria are known as eubacteria. So what are the features of eubacteria? They're going to have a rigid cell wall. That means the cell wall will be fixed. Okay. And if they are motile, what is the meaning of motile?
Motile means they can move.
Motile means
They can move.
they can move
They're
freely.
like
Yes. So if they are motile, they will have a flagellum. Okay, they will have a flagellum. So first example we studied was cyanobacteria. So cyanobacteria, what is the other name for cyanobacteria?
blue-green algae.
Blue-green algae. Okay. So the blue-green algae has chlorophyll A. Now what does this chlorophyll A do? This will help in photosynthesis. So chlorophyll A helps in the photosynthesis. That is why cyanobacteria are known as photosynthetic autotrophs. That means they are going to make their own food with the help of photosynthesis. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is their body structure? They are basically unicellular organisms. They are made up of only one cell, and many cyanobacteria together will come together to form a colony. Okay. So they can either be colonial or they can be filamentous. See, colonial means they are something like this. This is your colony. Like all the cells come together. This is a filament, I'm sorry. This forms a filament. Now, what is a colony? All of them, they are just randomly clustered together to form a colony. This is a colony and this is a filament. You understand?
Yes.
You understand what is a colony and a filament?
Yes.
Okay. So next what we do have is that where do the cyanobacteria live? The cyanobacteria basically live in the fresh water or the marine water. So what is fresh water and what is marine water?
Fresh water is like rivers, flowing rivers, and marine water is sea.
And oceans.
Sea
Basically,
water.
the salty water is marine water. Okay. And they can also be terrestrial. That means they can also be living in the terrestrial habitat. Then the colonies that are formed, they are basically being surrounded by various gelatinous sheath-like structures. And what happens? What does this gelatinous sheath do? This is going to protect the entire colony. Okay, it will form a barrier from the external world, and it will form that barrier is going to support the colony, right? You understand gelatinous sheath?
Mhm.
Aisha, do you understand? Please respond.
No.
Okay, see, what is a gelatinous sheath? See, basically, if you look very carefully, this is a nostrum, right? Now, the entire colony is surrounded by this blue colored structure. Do you see the
Yes.
blue colored structure? Yeah. So now what happens? This blue colored structure is basically the mucilaginous sheath. So this is like a slimy layer, a very slimy layer, and it is going to protect the entire organism from the outside world. Okay, it forms like a barrier. See, for example, our body is protected from the outside world with a skin. Okay, so our body is being covered with the skin, and that is how we are being protected. All the internal organs are being protected from the outside world. Okay, so similarly, you can consider this. This performs the same function as the skin. It provides protection from desiccation. Okay, and also it is going to keep the colonies intact. Now, do you understand?
Yes.
Are you sure you understand, or you still don't understand?
Yes.
Asha, do you hear me? Asha, do you hear me? Asha, please respond. Do you hear me or not?
Yes.
Are you facing some connectivity issue? Like, are you not able to hear me?
No.
You're not able to hear me?
No, I'm able to hear me. The problem is from your side.
Okay, 1 minute, Aisha. Okay, Aisha, please just give me 1 minute. I'll rejoin the meeting, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Aisha, do you hear me? Yeah, Aisha, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, is my screen visible? Is my screen also visible to you?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So do you understand the functions of mucilaginous sheath and this heterocyst? Yes. Do you understand the functions, Aisha? You still have doubts?
No,
Are you sure? You can go through once again. If you want to ask me, you can.
no doubt.
Sure? Okay. So we shall now move ahead. Do you understand what does nitrogen fixation means?
Yes.
Okay. Now we come to chemosynthetic autotrophs. See, cyanobacteria are basically of three types. They can be photosynthetic autotrophs. That means they are doing photosynthesis in order to make their own food. They can be chemosynthetic autotrophs. Now, chemosynthesis means the use of chemical energy in order to make food. Okay. So what do? They are using chemicals to make their own food. Now, what are these chemicals basically? So they are using the inorganic substances. Now, what are inorganic substances? Uh, Basically, the nitrites, the nitrates, and ammonia. These three things are being used. You can underline nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. What are nitrates? What are nitrites and ammonia? See, nitrates and nitrites are like oxides of nitrogen. Okay, they are oxides of nitrogen. So these three things will be used and they will be converted into the ATP production. Okay, from these inorganic substances, the organism will form ATP. Right? Do you understand this, Aisha?
Yes.
Aisha, please respond. Are you able to understand what I just told you?
Can-
Please speak a little loudly.
No.
You don't understand. Okay, look here. Do you know the meaning of photosynthesis?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what is photosynthesis?
It's a process in which plants make their own.
Aisha, please speak a little loudly.
It's a process in which plants make their own food using light.
Using light energy, right? So plants can make their own food by using the energy from various sources, right? If they're using light energy, then that process is known as photosynthesis. Now, what if the source of energy is not light? Okay, so that is known as chemosynthetic autotroph. Now, what does chemosynthetic autotroph do? So these, or see, we have all the substances in the universe are classified into two categories. They're either organic or they are inorganic. Okay, they're either organic or inorganic. So what happens? The chemosynthetic autotroph will use the inorganic substances. So inorganic, what are inorganic and what are organic? Organic substances are the ones that have carbon and hydrogen only. Okay, they only have carbon and hydrogen. Apart from carbon and hydrogen, they can have one or two atoms of the other molecules also, but mostly they are made up of carbon and hydrogen. What are inorganic substances? They are not specifically made up of carbon. Okay. So when we are talking about carbon and its compounds, they are all organic. When we are talking about other compounds other than carbon compounds, they are inorganic. Now, do you understand what are inorganic compounds? Do you understand what are
Yes.
inorganic substances, Aisha?
Yes.
Okay. Now what happens? So we have various inorganic compounds like we have nitrates, we have nitrites, and we have ammonia. Like I wrote over here, somewhere I wrote, yeah, see, NO2 positive, NO3, like NO2 positive, NO3 negative, and NH. Yeah. So if you have these substances, so these are known as inorganic substances. These are various examples. You have nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. Now, what are we going to do? This chemosynthetic autotrophic organism will use these substances and they will produce energy by using these substances. Okay.
Okay.
You understand, Aisha?
Yes.
You understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what happens? One very important role of these chemosynthetic autotrophs are that they can recycle various nutrients. What is the meaning of recycling? That, like for example, the nitrogen that is used by the plants, see the nitrogen that is present in the atmosphere, that will be used up by the plant, and when the plant will die, or okay, Aisha, you there? Aisha, you
Yes.
there? Do you hear me? So what happens? See, the nitrogen that is present in the atmosphere that is used up by the plants. And if the plant is like a chemosynthetic autotroph, so it will convert that nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites and ammonia, and then further it will use it to produce ATP. And then afterwards, when the plant will die, that nitrogen will be released into the soil again. And again, from the soil, it will enter into the atmosphere. So that is how it is recycling the nutrients. Okay? Do you understand this?
Um, can you explain again?
Do you understand this, Aisha?
No, can you explain it again?
Can I explain again? Okay. So, Aisha, can you tell me what do you not understand? So that I can know better what are you not able to understand?
Just that recycling.
Recycling. Okay. So where is nitrogen present? First tell me. Nitrogen is present in
Nitro.
the atmosphere in abundance.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what will these chemosynthetic autotrophic plants do? We studied that nitrogen can be converted into nitrates and nitrites and ammonia. That is known as nitrogen fixation. You know nitrogen fixation? So this nitrogen will be converted into nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. And then what will happen? These substances will enter into the plant, and the chemosynthetic autotrophic plant will convert these and use the energy that is produced into ATP production. Okay. Now what will happen? How are these being recycled? When the plant will die, these substances are going to be released into the soil with the plant. Okay, when the plant will die, these substances will be released into the soil. And then once they're released into the soil, it will travel back into the air and into the atmosphere. And again, the cycle continues. Do you understand it now?
Okay. Yes.
Now what we have is heterotrophic bacteria. Now heterotrophic bacteria are one of the most abundant organisms. What does it mean to be abundant?
Mm. They are uh, present in a lot
Yeah,
in more.
they are present in a lot number. Okay, in huge numbers. So heterotrophic bacteria are basically decomposers. That means they are going to feed on the dead and the decaying matter. Okay, that is the meaning of decomposers. Now, there are various, these heterotrophic bacteria are used in various methods. Now, first of that is curd production. So, basically, what happens? We have lactobacillus. So, lactobacillus is one of the heterotrophic bacteria. Okay. What does it do? It is going to produce curd from the milk, right? This is the
Yes.
first use. You understand?
Yes.
Now, what happens? The next use is production of antibiotics. These Yes, Aisha, do you hear me?
Yes.
Now, what happens? They are also used for the production of antibiotics. Now, various antibiotics are also produced with the help of these heterotrophic bacteria. What are antibiotics? They are basically the drugs that are used to kill the bacteria. Okay. They are anti to the life of bacteria. So they are antibiotic. So next is nitrogen fixation to increase the soil. So heterotrophic bacteria will also do nitrogen fixation in the soil. So we studied what is nitrogen fixation. That is also performed by heterotrophic bacteria. Cyanobacteria also do nitrogen fixation. Heterotrophic bacteria also do nitrogen fixation. You understand?
Yes.
Now what happens? Some of the heterotrophic bacteria are also pathogens. What is the meaning of pathogen?
They are diseases caused by bacteria.
Pathogens are not diseases. The disease causing organisms are called pathogens. The organisms that cause diseases are known as pathogens. Okay, what are the examples of various pathogens? Like we have cholera, we have typhoid, we have citrus canker. So all of these are the diseases that are being caused by the bacteria. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. So these are the functions of all the types of cyanobacteria, chemosynthetic, autotrophic, and heterotrophic. Now we come to reproduction in bacteria. So reproduction in bacteria can happen by various methods. One of the method is fission, the other is spore formation, and next is sexual. So can you explain me, can you tell me what is fission? We studied this in the previous class.
Fission is cell division. Like they divide into two parts.
Yes, and they form new daughter cells. That is known as fission. What are spores?
They they form small spores and then they are separated from each other.
See what happens during unfavorable conditions. What are unfavorable conditions? Basically, for example, the bacteria does not have food to eat, or it does not. Okay, Aisha, you hear me? So the unfavorable conditions are when the bacteria will not have proper living conditions. It might not have food to eat. It might not have like good temperature, good pH. So these are all unfavorable conditions. Okay. So during these conditions, the bacteria will form various small spores inside its body. Okay, and what will happen once the favorable conditions will arise? The bacteria will burst open and all the spores will be released. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
And these spores will further give rise to new bacteria. Then what we have next is sexual reproduction. Next we have is sexual reproduction. So in sexual reproduction, the example is conjugation. Now what happens in conjugation? We study like these are two bacteria and these are the red one is the DNA of the bacteria. Okay, so this one, the one part of the DNA will move to the next DNA. Okay, so basically a part of the DNA is traveling to the next bacteria, right? So they will share their DNA. So this primitive type of DNA transfer also takes place. This is known as conjugation. You understand conjugation?
Yes.
You understand conjugation or not? I'm speaking very slow. Yes, Aisha. Please tell me, do you understand or not?
Yes.
Now what we have is mycoplasma. So what are mycoplasmas? Do you remember anything about mycoplasmas? Can you explain me? Yes, Aisha, are you there?
Mycoplasma are smallest organisms and they live on another organism. They are dependent on another organisms as parasite.
as parasite. Yeah, so basically they are pathogenic in plants and animals. Okay, they're not specifically parasites. They will cause diseases. So they are pathogenic and they survive without oxygen and they do not have a cell wall also. So you should remember these things about mycoplasmas. Clear?
Okay.
So anything else do you wish to rediscuss from Kingdom Monera?
No.
Can you now explain me the features of cyanobacteria, Aisha? Explain it to me.
Cyanobacteria is commonly known as blue-green algae, and it's responsible for nitrogen fixation.
And
It has chlorophyll A, which is used in photosynthesis,
okay,
and it's unicellular, colonial, and filamentous.
it is unicellular, colonial, or filamentous in nature. Okay. Then
Um,
can you
it's
explain me the meaning of these three terms? Can you explain me the meaning of these terms, Aisha? Unicellular, colonial, and filamentous.
unicellular means it has only one cell, and colonial means it is in colonies.
What does colonial mean?
Colonial means colony